Good morning, grade 4, and a warm welcome to the maths class. Children, today we will start with multiplying by 100. Multiplying decimal by 100. What are we going to learn today, children? Multiplying decimals by 100. Children, we have done this earlier, multiplying by 10, 100 and 1000. Okay, in the earlier chapters, that is in term 1 we have done. You could refer to that. I'm just doing a recap, a quick recap. Okay, who would remind me, children? What is the rule when you multiply by 100? What's the rule, children? When you multiply by 100, what do you do? Think. Think. Yes, got it? We are multiplying today decimal, okay? Decimals by 100. Yes. Children, remind me of the rule. Yes, when we multiply by 100, children, we shift the decimal point to as many places to the right as they are zeros. Okay, what do? We shift the decimal point to as many places to the right as there are zeros after 100. What do I mean by this? This is my 100, correct? So what did I say? When you are multiplying by 100, what do? I shift the decimal point. I have to shift the decimal point, okay, as many places to the right. Now this is your 100 as they are in zeros after 1. After 1, I have 2 zeros. So that means I have to shift 2 places to the right. I have to shift 2 places to the right. Take for example, you are multiplying 100 into, let's take this, 3.146. Okay, what's the rule? What did we say? When you multiply by 100, shift the decimal point. This decimal point we have to shift. It doesn't belong here. We need to shift it. Okay? Shift it where? As many places to the right. Right is, children, this side. This is your hand. The hand which you write, the hand which you eat is your right hand. Don't get confused. So we are moving this side. Okay? How many places, children? How many places? We are shifting to the right. First, remember position. It is to the right. As there are zeros after 1. After 1, I have 2 zeros. So that means I have to shift 2 places. Let me take this red pen. So, this is one place. This is another place. Can you see? After this is my one place. This is my second place. Okay? So that means I have to shift it over. Let me just make it clear. This decimal I have to shift here one place and then 2 place. So my answer will be what? 314.6. Got it? What's my answer, children? Let me write here. 3. This pen is not working. Okay, so my answer is 314.6. Can you see, children? 2 places. 1 place and 2 places. Okay, so let's take another example now. Remember the rule, children. Remember the rule. Okay. Let's take another number. How about, yes, 3. We have already taken 300. Let's take something with 0. 0.34 into 100. 2 places to the right. This is your decimal. It will shift 2 places. 1 place, 2 place. So what's my answer? It is 34. Children, you may leave it as 34 or you could put a point here and then put a 0. Okay? Now how about this one? 2.7 into 100. Now children, look here. It will shift 1 place and then 2 place. But now look at the other place, children. There is nothing over there, correct? When you shift this 1 place, 2 place, there is nothing right here. Now from here, the decimal shifts here. This is your 1 place. Now another place. So if nothing, children, it means we can put a 0. Put a 0 there and then you will get your 2 places. See children, you got your 2 place. The point was here. So this 1 place, this is not working at all. So 1 place, 2 place. Okay. And then you put your decimal point here. Nothing means that's why we have put a 0 over here. Got it? Okay, I've written some sums. So let's see that. Look here children, multiplying decimals by 100. 3.46 into 100. So you move 2 decimals, 2 places, sorry. So 1 place, 2 place. So it shifts here to the right. Okay. Now see the next number, 2 places. Okay, first over here, second here. So where would you shift it? You will shift it here, 34.0. Now this one over here children. Yes, tell me. This also children, we have just done it here. So 1 place, there's nothing, so I put a 0. What about this children? 8.47 into 100. First you write your number. 8, 4, 5, 7. Right? Now children, this decimal is here. Where is it? Here. So you need to shift 2 places. Correct? 2 places. So where will you shift it? 1, 2. So it is between children 5 and 7. Can you see here? 5 and 7. Right? Now tell me the next one children. This is similar to this one. The top one. 3.6. So 3.6. Now the decimal is shifting. It doesn't belong here. You have to shift 2 places. So 1 place. Now 2 place. If there's nothing, what do we do? Put a 0. As I said children, you may put a decimal point or just leave it. So it is 360. Now here, 2 places. This is simple. 1 place and 2 place. So your answer is 348.05. See children? So I have written here, in this case, we multiply by 100. Why? Because we are multiplying by 100. We have done 10, 100 and 1000. But right now we focus on 100. 100 has 2 zeros. So we move twice to the right. Simple. Just remember this. Okay? Now children, today, after decimal, we are going to do division. Now let's take this number 1 divided by 5. Children, this is single digit divide by a single digit. So 1 divided by 5. 1 is what children here? 1 is your dividend. And 5 is your divisor. Children, I hope you remember all this. Okay, in division, when you divide 2 numbers, the number to be divided is called the dividend. And the number by which the dividend is to be divided, this is called your divisor. And the result of the division, the result what you get, that will be your quotient here. and then here you get your remainder. Okay, so now 1 divided by 5. Now children, look at this. Here, this number, this is only ones. Inside this, you have only the ones place. Okay. Now, can you divide, children? 1 divided by 5. This is bigger, greater than 1. Right? So, what do we do? What if we do? The dividend is small. What I need to do is, I need to put a 0 here. Okay, in the quotient place, I will put a 0. Why I am putting it, children? Because it is not divisible. See, 5 ones are 5. Say your tables, 5 ones are 5, 5 twos are 10. So, not divisible. So, that's the reason why I put a 0 over here. Now, after this, I need to put a decimal point. Don't forget the decimal point. Once I put the decimal point, I can put a 0 here. So, now this number 1 unit, okay, it has changed. Now, this is your unit and this is your tens. In the units place, you have 0. In the tens place, we have 1. Right? The 1 has changed to 10. How did I change it to 10? Because I have put the decimal point. So, now 5 2s are 10. So, your remainder is 0 and your answer is 0.2. Let me just write it here. 0.2. Got it? Let's take another one now. Let's take another example. Let's take 3 divided by 4. Yes, now which is your dividend, children? Which number is your dividend? Yes, 3. This is your dividend, DD. Okay? And this is your divisor. 4 is your divisor, DR. Now children, come on. This, look at it. Your divisor is greater than the dividend. So what do I do? 4 ones is 4. So what do? I have to put a 0 here. Because 4, it is not divisible by 3. Sorry, 3 is not divisible by 4. Now I need to put a decimal point here. Once I put a decimal point, what can I do? What do I do? Yes, this number will change to 30. The number 3 changes to 30 because I have put a decimal here. So I have got my ones place and I have got my tens place. Ones, tens, ones, tens, hundreds, right? Children, this is ones or the units place. Whatever you want to say, ones or the units place. So now, children, 4, 30, say your 4 times table. You could write here, children, the 4 times table. If it is a larger number, you always write there as we wrote in the first term. 4 6 are 24, 4 7s are 28, 4 8s is 32. So I'll take 7. Okay, because 8 is bigger and 6 is too small. So 4 7s is 28. The closest where I can get to 30 is 28. So then you less this. Now children, this carry over. Okay, and this will be 2. So this will be 2. Right? Now children, again you cannot see your dividend. This is greater and this is small. So now what do you have to do? Now children, again we don't put a decimal. The decimal is already there. So I can add a 0 here. So this is 4 5s are 20. And now I get the remainder 0. So my answer is 0.75. Let's take something else. Okay, how about, yes, 4 upon 10. So the number 4 is your dividend, 10 is your divisor. Now again see children, the cases, this is bigger and this is smaller. The dividend is smaller, does not go. So what you will do? 0. Why you are adding a 0 here? Because it does not go into 4. Now you put a decimal here and then you put a 0 and then you get 10 4s are 40. Right? Sometimes children, what happens, we get a recurring number. Recurring number means the same digit will appear again and again. You take for example this 14 divided by 9. So you will have 9 here and 14 here. Correct? So let's start. 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18. So it's 9 ones are 9. Less this, children. What's it? 9 and 5. Okay. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 5. Now, again, so what do I do? Put a decimal here and then put 0. Yes, now children say your 9 times table. 9 ones are 9, 9 twos are 18, 9 threes are 27, 9 fours are 36, 9 fives are 45, 9 sixes is 54. So we take 9 fives are. Okay, 9 fives are 45. So you less, you get your 5. Children, you do the carrying over. Now children, again see there's a decimal, you put your 0. Then again you will get this. So this will go on, children. You will get this 1.5555. It is a recurring number. Recurring number means appearing again. Okay. The last, this 5, the decimal is recurring decimal. Because the 5 continues forever. It will continue forever and ever and ever. Right? Now children, the reason why I did multiplying by 100, decimal multiplying by 100 is because we are going to start a new chapter today, that is converting fractions to percentages. That's the reason why I did, so that you quickly, you could recall how to convert it, to convert the fraction, the decimal into a, yes, converting. What did we do, children? What did we convert? We multiplied the decimal by 100. Okay. So this will help us to convert the fractions to percentages. We have done this in the morning. We learned about this, correct? Fractions to decimal convert. So now we are converting fractions to percentages. Children, the example is given here how to do it. The same thing I have written for you because the print is, it's too tiny. Okay. This is a small print. So I've written the same thing for you. I've written the explanation over here. I will also put it in the broadcast. Let's start with a few examples, children. Okay. First, let me read out to you converting fractions to percentages. How we do it? The first step is convert your fractions to the decimal by dividing the numerator by the denominator. Okay. So here it is 3 upon 5. Convert 3 upon 5 to a percent. Multiply the decimal by 100. That is your step 2. Multiply the decimal by 100 to change it into a percent. Right? Now convert 3 upon 5 to a percentage. First step. What is the first step? We are converting the fraction to a decimal by dividing the numerator by the denominator. So children, we divide this. Okay, 3 upon 5. When you divide 3 divided by 5, you will get 0.6. Now, what's your next step? Step 2, you have to multiply it by 100. When you multiply it by 100, we use the rule. What is the rule which I said? Shift 2 places to the right. Why 2 places to the right? Because 100 has 2 zeros. Right? This, children, I have taken it from your textbook. As I said earlier, I have taken it from the textbook. The same thing is there. So, let's do a few examples. Just let's do 1 or 2. I think we should be able to do it. Let's take the sum. Let's take it as 8 upon 5. Okay, what we are doing? We are converting this to, this is a fraction, correct? Now we have to convert it to percent. So first step, what is my first step? I need to divide. So I will divide. 1 minute, children, let me do it here. I divide. Okay, 5 is my divisor, 8 is my dividend. So now children, see, this is smaller and this is greater. Your dividend is greater. So this is going to be easy. Okay. So what do you take this as? 5 ones are, because 5 twos are 10. 5 ones are is 5 less. So you get 3. Now children, it is smaller. Okay. Your dividend is smaller, divisor is greater. So what do you do? Decimal and then add a 0 here. So you get your ones and you get your tens here. Okay, so this has become 30 now. Now it's simple children, straight, it's quick. 5 6 are 30. So your answer is 0 0. So now you have got 1.6. What does the rule say children? What does the next step say? What's the next rule? Divide the decimal by 100 to change it to a percent. So now this is my quotient. Okay, they are saying we have to multiply the decimal by 100 to change it to a percent. This is your decimal. So 1.6 into 100. Children, why 100? Yes, because it's percent. Okay, so that's the reason why we are using 100. So 1.6 into 100, that will be, we said 2 places, correct? 1 place. Now there is, the second place is not there. When the second place is not there, what do? We put a 0. Okay, so this is your 1.6. 1.6 into 100 is 160. Correct? It is 160. Now I need to convert it to percent. So what will I do? So children, use the same steps as it is given in the textbook. So I can say, what can I say? 8 divided by 5 is equal to 1.60%. Right? Simple. Okay, let's take a next example. Think of a number, children. Let's take this 8 upon 10. Come on now children, you tell me. Step 1, what do? Divide. Okay, so divide. Now children, see, smaller and this is bigger. So what do? Not divisible, so you put a 0 here. Once you put a 0, then you put a decimal here and then a 0 here. Now it's simple. So this is 10 8s are 80. Right? Now what's your step 2? This decimal you have to multiply it by 100. Why 100? Because of the percent. I told you in the beginning, no children, will focus only on 100. That's the reason. Because I wanted it to do this chapter into 100. Now 2 places. Yes, tell me. 0, 8. This will be your 1 place, your second place. If it's not there, you put a 0. So 8 upon 10, 8 by 10, the fraction is equal to 80%. Children, before 8 there is a 0. It has no value. We know all this, children. We have done it. Okay, so that's 80%. So children, I want you to solve this exercise, but there's a mistake here. You will have to cancel this. Okay, this will, I'll give you the new sums over here down. So solve that. Solve it in your notebook. Do it step by step. Right?